So here I am minding my own business, just getting on, and then all of a sudden I see Mayhem Events post this video. Turns out they're having a game today. It's the last game before lockdown, because lockdown 2.0 starts tomorrow, or when you're watching this, we're already going to be in lockdown, and I've been going through this phase of wanting to try out new sites. I feel like the worlds are colliding. The only problem is the game starts at 3:30, 4 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock now. It's going to take me an hour to get there. My kit isn't ready, and I need to do some chores. Montage. Okay, kitchen done, washing up, sides all good. Now it's time to hoover. But as there's not much time, robot hoover. Right, with him hoovering around the place, it's time for me to get ready for the games. Now luckily for me, the other day I made a video about this bag, and because of that, it's actually already packed to go. So that's my SRS and my Crytek M4 in there, BBs, batteries, everything all set, good to go. The only thing though, is I also want to take my VSR. And because I've been swapping my cameras around a little bit at the minute, I haven't got my battery pack attached, my camera is missing, and also my head cam isn't sorted out yet. So those are 3 things on my list which I need to do. Now I guess I don't need to record gameplay. What am I talking about? Of course I need to record gameplay. Okay, so VSR is packed, you got mags, you got cameras, you got all the good stuff in there. BBs and everything in the front, also battery pack and wires and cables and things so I can make sure everything is powered. All good to go. Power bank was charged, thank God for that. We're also going to be taking GoPro Hero 4.7 with USB charging cable just in case. We'll charge that in the car on the way over. And we're also going to take the GoPro Max 360 camera just to see if there's anything fun that we can do with that. Right, now I need to get dressed, but that's going to be more private, so look away. Okay, there we go, feeling much more ready. My kit bag is packed and ready to go. We've got gloves, we've got gas, the Mark 23's in there, and there's water and stuff, so pack goes in there too. Is this battery pack charged? No. We do also need to do a stop at the post office too. I've got some orders that need to go out, so thank you very much everybody who's ordered stuff. You guys are great, and if you want to pick up any airsoft stuff, head to projectairsoft.co.uk. We've got tons of sick accessories and things to make you be better at airsoft. Oh, I also need to take that. My rigging. Oh, and because it's a night game, I need my tracer. Okay, that's the car packed. All our stuff is in there. It's now time to get to site. It's 3:15. It's going to take an hour for us to get there. And the game said they started at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So we are going to be a little bit late, but I'm sure they won't mind. And we'll just get there as quick as possible. Oh my God, we're already there. Okay, so we're not there yet. I've been in the car for an hour and my sat-nav is telling me it's still going to take 43 minutes to get there. We have hit a lot of traffic, boys. I'm very sad to say. Look at it. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's been like this for ages. It's not looking good for getting games in, and it's also getting darker by the minute. Oh, I'm so sad. We're still going on our way, and yeah, the next time I speak to you, I'll probably be there. Oh my God, we're there. Right, we got here, we made it. Just kitting up now, putting the barrel extension on, tracer unit on, need to go buy some tracers, and then we'll be pretty much all set, ready to go. No idea what to expect. Hopefully it'll be all right. Sadly, it was too dark for gameplay, but here's a little clip to show you what it looked like. Oh, hit! Nice shot! Dead man! So yeah, that was a shame, but all in all, I genuinely had a really good time, and it was a really good way to kind of see off being able to play as we go into a second round of lockdown. And the fact that I don't even like night games is a really big deal. Usually I just get there and get frustrated that I can't see anyone, I can't identify targets, and more importantly, people can't identify me and shoot me on my own team. But that didn't really happen, like maybe once or twice, and yeah, it was really good fun. So thank you, Mayhem Airsoft. You were great. Speaking of Mayhem, yeah, like the site was genuinely very good. There was a variety of play zones for you to play at, including a fieldy type villagey area, a container field like in COD, a speedball field with like hay bales all around the place, which we actually used as part of a spawn area for another game that we played in one of the other game areas, a Wild West town, and like a tank convoy in a forest. I'm not sure if there's any other play areas, those are the only ones that we like used, but each of them were, you know, distinct and very different. It's not like some sites out there where they've got like 2 or 3 different play areas and they're all pretty much just the same. Like there was actually variety here, which was nice. Some of the objectives we were playing were quite similar game zone to game zone, but because the game zones themselves were different, it actually felt like you had quite a bit of variety on the day, which again, very nice. The marshals were great, they were very knowledgeable, they were interested, and yeah, they were just really, really nice. They were also fantastic at explaining like the game rules, the boundaries, the zones, like that kind of thing. So as a new player, I actually felt quite confident in knowing where I had to go, where spawn was, what the outer boundary was of the game zone, and yeah, like I didn't feel like I ran into any issues whilst playing the games, which was good. Now though, let's have some constructive feedback, which hopefully the site will kind of like hear if they do watch this video, and it's stuff that they can, you know, improve on for future games. First of all, there was a lack of marshal presence in the safe zone. Now, I'm attributing this to the fact that it was probably all regular people there on the day. Like when I spoke to people, they seemed quite surprised that it was my first time there. So because it was all regulars, they probably were a bit more lax on that kind of area. Because of that, I was a little bit unsure of like where to go and what to do, but you know, I spoke to other people there and they kind of like filled in the blanks that I had that marshals weren't really able there to complete for me. There was one time though where a game started while we were in the safe zone. Like there were tons of us there, and yeah, we were all kind of like as confused as each other. We could hear like grenades going off and, you know, guns firing, but we were just like, are we supposed to be there or not? So that would have been nice if a marshal kind of told us what was going on. There was also a point where a guy was dry firing quite a lot, and every time he did, I'd like look at him and he'd stop, but then a few, you know, moments later he'd start firing again, and then afterwards he'd put a magazine in his gun and started like kind of brandishing it around as well. I was like, what are you doing? Like, this is mad. Like this is kind of, oh, I feel like I need to wear my iPro in the safe zone. And again, there was no marshals there to tell them not to do that, but at the same time, you'd like to think that, you know, people who are, if they are a regular, they know not to do that. And, you know, even if they're aware or they think the gun is like empty or there's no BBs there, out of courtesy for, you know, the protection of others, please don't do that. It's just don't do that. Something which could be a big thing or not, depending on, you know, what happened on the day. I didn't get chronoed when I arrived. Now, because I was late, I don't know if everybody else was chronoed or not. I'd imagine due to, you know, how the marshals were behaving on the day that everybody did get chronoed, and because I was late, I just slipped through the gap. But, you know, my guns are all safe anyway, so I know for my sake that it is okay. However, there was a little bit of an incident later on, which we'll get into. The shop advertised online that they had a load of tracers for us to buy when we arrived there, and when I got there, they only had 0.2, and I usually run 0.32 gram BBs, but it turned out that my gun was firing okay with those anyway. So yeah, it was a little bit of a disappointment, but at the same time, at least they had something. This point I find funny because it's just kind of one of the reasons why I hate night games. I didn't actually have any tape on my arm to signify a team for like the first 2 or 3 games, even though I was telling marshals that I didn't have any tape. They were like, just play, it'll be fine. And the one thing I hate the most about night games is target acquisition and the amount of people that just see somebody move and then shoot. Like, but surprisingly, I didn't actually get killed by my own team that much on the day, and people who were playing seemed to be quite aware of like, oh, I need to make sure they're an enemy first. And, you know, speaking to people who were playing, a lot of them were regulars at playing night games. So I think if you're playing with people who do it regularly, you're going to have a better time and not get shot by your team as much because they're actually identifying their target first. And even though I didn't have tape on, they were then able to go, oh, wait a minute, there's somebody there without tape. He's looking and firing the same way I'm firing. He's probably on my team. I really wish more people had that thought process. It's really simple. The last 2 points I'm going to buzz through. 1, there was no hot food. And 2, there was quite a wait between games. And with it being like, you know, nighttime and pretty chilly, I got so cold there waiting. So yeah, like hurry those times up. Make sure there's at least, you know, a couple of burgers there and I'll be happy. Now, the incident. What happened on the day? Essentially, somebody got shot in the face quite a bit and they were bleeding. And then the marshals were like, let's chrono everyone to see if somebody's like, you know, over because that could cause damage. And it turned out that somebody was over by 20 FPS. He was running HPA. He seemed a little bit confused about the fact that it was over. And his friend was also kind of like more leading the conversation about it. So it kind of seemed more like he wasn't experienced using HPA, and it was possibly like his friend's riff, just because when they said it's too high, he seemed very confused and unsure about what to do. Not in a like I'm trying to get away with this kind of way, in a genuine like he was like confused as to why it was over FPS. It was over by 20, so you know it is a significant amount. And the guy who got hit with it did go home straight afterwards, so I felt like a little bit bad for him. But at the same time, if you're wearing Face Pro, you're gonna be okay. Like I get it, you know, it sucks, but at the same time, if you're playing Airsoft, you're the one that decides what kind of protection you wear. You're well aware that you're going to get hit in the face. And to be honest, if you're getting hit in the face at 350 versus 370, there's not a lot of difference between the two. You're probably going to get cut anyway. I have sympathy for the guy, and the other person shouldn't have had their gun, you know, over FPS. But at the same time, just wear face protection. So overall, what do I think about Mayhem Airsoft? Yes, very, very, very good. I'm going to be going back again for sure as soon as we are out of lockdown. I just really want to restate the game zones and the safe zone, very well looked after, very well kept, variety in them all. They got vending machines and stuff, so, you know, yum yum. And the marshals were great. They really, really were. When they were there, they were fantastic, very knowledgeable. They wanted to like get involved, and yeah, just lovely, lovely guys. So thank you very much, marshals. Thank you very much, Mayhem Airsoft, for having me. I will be coming back. And thank you for watching this video. Much appreciated. You're all lovely people. This video was sponsored by Project Airsoft. So if you want to get any cool airsoft accessories and whatnot, check them out. Link is in the description below, www.projectairsoft.co.uk. And also in the description, you'll find a load of Amazon links. So if you want to pick up any of the kit that I use, either cameras, computer, airsoft stuff, click those links, buy your stuff, and you'll be supporting the channel. Also, if you buy from Project Airsoft, you'll be supporting the channel. So thank you very much for watching and for supporting the channel. You're amazing. As for me now, I need to actually go because I've got some orders to take to the post office. So again, thank you for making those orders. Remember to call your hits, and I'll see you in the next one.